Hi, you. It's me. And I just wanted to thank Bottle for getting their video out quickly because they seem to do it faster than anyone else. And I also appreciate the fact that they cover Amber through good and through bad. And right now we're hearing bad. And this is the thing, it's not even about her health declining, which is something a lot of people had been predicting since she had cancer, that if she doesn't take care of herself, her health could decline much quicker. And I think we're starting to see that now. But when I read comments, I noticed that people seemed more distressed over the fact that they didn't feel bad for her, even though her health has been declining. And here's the thing, when you take a person who is, we'll just say, not very likable, who tends to lie a lot, and who also gives off a very smug persona, which is incredibly unpleasant, it's hard to feel bad for them because they're just not very good people. And let's face it, if this was happening to somebody else, who knows what kind of smug, nasty comment she might throw in there, like, well, at least I'm healthy, not like them. She's done things like that, like with Michael B. Petty saying, oh, well, I don't know who he is, but I know he's gaining a lot of weight. And it's just like, wow. So she's not the picture of a person that you'd even want to feel sorry for. But the fact is her health is declining. And I don't think she's quite faced that yet. I mean, she didn't when she had cancer. She cried a lot and said, please feel sorry for me. But what did she do to change her lifestyle? What did she do to help herself? Nothing. She just got really smug and said, well, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm healthy. That's all she ever says. Obviously, she's not fine. She's not good. And she's not healthy. Now, I don't know what's happening in her personal life. And who knows if she'll ever say what it is or isn't. A lot of people speculate wifey's gone. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. From what I understand, she had some court thing that she had to attend to. But I do notice that they're not saying things like, I love you, babe, love you, babe. They're not doing that anymore. And maybe they just don't do that as much. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on wifey. I really don't care, to be honest with you. I mean, I as much as I dislike Amber, I want the best for her. But she doesn't want the best for herself. She doesn't take care of herself. She doesn't care. And all she can do is be smug and say, I know better than you do. And obviously she doesn't. And I think it's okay if you don't feel bad for her. You don't have to. I I guess in some way I do, because knowing, and this is only speculation, this is only alleged, I knew somebody who was very narcissistic, and they were perfect. And then when they weren't perfect, it was a devastating blow, and they became extremely depressed. Now, I don't know if that's what's happening to her, but as unlikable as narcissists are, they're still people, and we do need to remember Amber is still a person. She's still a human being, and I don't know about you, but for me, I don't want to see somebody suffer. Even if they're horrible people who wish suffering on others, I still don't want to see her suffer. Now, do I feel bad for her? I don't know how I feel, quite frankly. I really don't. I know that a collapsed lung or a partially collapsed lung is it's my top 10 biggest fear. And I think that's because I have asthma, and so that's always been a horrendous fear of mine. So just thinking about it gets me upset. um, and for her to be going through something that's painful and horrible and potentially life-threatening, that's a horrible thing for anyone. I know it's hard to feel sorry for her because she's just not a good person, not a pleasant person, but she is human. And we need to take that into consideration. And yes, she cries wolf all the time. I know it. But she's still a person. And you don't have to feel bad if you don't feel bad. But do try to consider the fact that she is a human being, and nobody likes to see any human beings suffer. So I don't know what else to say about it, but thank you again, Bottle, for bringing this out, not being afraid to make a video about it, because you should. Is this an unfortunate downturn? It might be. It might be. Don't be afraid to watch that. But if you don't want to, don't. But her health is definitely declining. And even if she made the necessary commitments and changes right now, today, it still may not help what's already occurring in her body. And that's a sad reality. And let's try to think of her again as a human being who's facing something she shouldn't have had to face so early in life. That's kind of sad. And well, let's hope for the best, I guess. That's all I got to say.